Okay. I think we're ready.
Are you on?
I wish I had brought my laptop. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I figured you'd be all statistically ready.
Yeah, you probably should. Just so that I don't.
Oh, you can borrow mine.
Well, you'll need it.
Okay, gotcha.
Nah, maybe I'll be okay.
He'll be fine. He doesn't need a laptop.
Pause it, right?
He's just nervous.
No, there's no
Yeah,
pause. This
I'm
is like a
nervous,
one-shot
yeah.
deal. Yeah, you can't read any of my writing, so it doesn't matter. You
I
can
know.
try
It's
to
like, is
decipher
it
that.
in some sort of
How's that look on
code?
the camera, Katie? Just take a peek back there.
Do you ask everybody these questions?
Johnny, your head is. Okay, hold on.
Man, I do spend a lot.
What's wrong with my head?
Hold
Do
on.
you track how much?
Where are you going?
I can't. I have no idea how to track that. But,
Where are you?
He's on
going?
there all the time to the point where I have to take back my computer because it's
And
on
you think your
my.
record would be a little bit better than if you were on there so much?
And actually, the last 2 weeks have been
We will
the least
discuss.
amount of time.
Oh,
It's
and
horrible.
it shows in your record, Kathy.
I know.
It shows in his record.
shouldn't have to
You know
spell
he
it
was
out.
first place.
I do know. I
Are
know.
we good?
I'm in
Oh,
4th place.
Am I, is
you're
my-
tall.
Why don't you, here, you can, see that handle, honey? No, the handle, that's, there you go. Now, pull it back. Pull it.
Sorry. Whoa, that's something
Whoa.
about. No.
Now we're going with that. Pretty mad.
That's the button.
One
That's
of
the
the
button.
women.
Okay, hold on.
And you're big.
Okay, see what that looks like. A lot of technical difficulties
Can you
here,
believe-
getting my big head in the shot.
All these decorations were from 3 years
All right, how do
ago
we
on
look?
Who's
Halloween.
light? What does
Oh,
Coors Light
really?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Does it glow? You
Just
guys
sip
are,
that
like,
lightly
really
because it's
on
going to be
top
at least
of
20
it.
minutes. How do we
No,
look?
it's
How do we
from
look?
3 years ago.
Oh.
Is that?
Katie's all over this.
Oh,
Do you want to
hold
have it
on.
right here?
Hold still. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Action.
Good, okay. Welcome everyone to this week's episode of the North Idaho Fantasy Football News, your online source for all your fantasy football needs. And what a special treat we have today. This is the first time we've had you, and Aaron Lennon has graced us with his presence, getting away from the computer terminals and stuff that you programming and stuff like that.
Happy to be here, John.
Great. The Hand of Fellowship is bestowed upon you. Aaron, you're a charter member. This is our 4th season of fantasy football, and Aaron, the A-Dogs are one of the original teams. But you haven't tasted. You're the only team, and I've mentioned this a couple times in writings and in news stories. You are the only team to have not tasted the playoffs.
Thank you for bringing that up first thing, Johnny.
Mhm.
I think that's great.
What do
I
you
was
think?
hoping maybe we could talk about some of the good points first, but I guess we could just dive right into the
Just
minutia or manure,
well,
maybe.
Well, all the other original teams they've made it. I guess the question I'd like to ask you is, what do you think it tastes like?
Well, I can tell you what the manure tastes like.
Oh, can you now?
But the
I didn't know that.
playoffs, I'm not sure that I could tell you what I thought the playoffs tasted like, but maybe this year.
Well, and that's
Maybe this year.
that's what I was going to ask, and that's what people are tuning in to find out. Will you taste it? Will you taste the playoffs this year, Aaron Lennon?
Well, I'll
Les likes to come on here and make guarantees about victories and championships.
I can.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Where do you stand?
I can't guarantee the A-Dogs will be in the playoffs this year.
You can. Okay, I'm going to write
Yeah.
that down. You at home, write that down as well. A-Dogs
We had
are
a
going to be...
7-1 start this year, Johnny. That's unbelievable, unprecedented by the A-Dogs. I
It
believe
was-
5-1 was the best year I've ever had before that. So.
A 7-1 start, but now, currently, sad times. A 5-game losing streak. Now, which brings you to 7-6. Now, I know, Aaron, you are a master of statistics. You look at somebody's names don't mean anything to you. It's what numbers is what it means to you.
Right.
And
I
I
can
know
memorize her number, but I still don't know her name, Johnny.
Very good, very good. Now I know, and I know that you're on the computer a lot, but these last couple weeks, your wife has regulated your time away from the computer.
Yeah, I'm restricted to only 4 hours a week now on the fantasy sports site.
That shows on the standings.
I know.
That shows on the standings. 7-1 though. Let's go back to your 7-1 you were talking about. Let's not talk about the manure. Let's talk about what's the opposite of manure?
Not manure.
Sure, urine maybe. Let's talk about the urine that you had earlier. Some of the early successes. What brought you to that 7-1 record? And I'll tell you what, it was the big surprise. The A-Dogs were on top of what I think is the hardest division ever assembled for our fantasy football league.
And definitely on top of the Divas.
Oh,
For that?
well.
Again.
Oh, of course. You were waiting to sneak that one in, weren't you?
Yeah.
What brought on the early success, though? At the draft? I mean, at the draft before
Well, the
there-
draft's always key.
Okay.
I mean,
Remember Reggie Bush last year?
I went into the draft having spent hours combing over players, but not all the well-known players because we have an extremely deep league. So
Sure.
you know, everybody's going to pick all the great players right away. So I look for the highly rated players that not everybody knows. So I was really looking to go after some of those. Now, I had first pick last year.
Yeah, and you picked?
So, Jamal Lewis actually was the...
Oh, this year was Jamal Lewis.
First pick.
Yeah. Now, last year you picked Reggie Bush.
I know.
And there was some snickers.
Yeah, everyone was laughing.
Yeah, the Beast.
Yeah, that guy.
Dane, do say.
So was laughing at me.
Yeah, well, stinking Beast.
Yep.
Ate the Beast. Katie also was laughed at when she picked Reggie Bush this year. What did you laugh at Katie?
I think I did.
Yeah, sure, because you wanted to be like the Beast.
Yeah. Now, how's Reggie Bush doing? He was out hurt. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Oh.
Good pick, Katie.
Oh, ouch, ouch. Talking to Katie out there right now, wherever she's at. Now you're 7-6, 5-game losing streak. What's going on? Talk to me, Aaron.
I really...
Pretend like I'm Oprah, you're Tom Cruise. Talk to me. If you need to jump on the couch, do it.
Yeah. All right, Johnny. Here it is. Here it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, at the
Have
first part of the
you
year...
can have another sip of that.
Wow.
You've got
Coors
10
Light.
sips you can do. He's got
Coors
10
Light.
sips he can do, and
That's great.
I'm going to
Yeah.
keep track of them. This is
Right.
number 2. He had one off camera. Because I'm not going to pick your ass up
Yep.
off the floor after
That-
you're all
I
passed
know,
out.
I'll go slow on that
I'm
one.
not going to do it.
12 ounces.
And
Is
then,
that new? 12-ounce beer?
well, we should get the shot glasses out and have you do them in shots.
Oh,
like in the
yeah,
olden
never had
days.
them this big
remember.
before. That's great.
So, what's going on? 5-game losing streak. Talk to me.
Well, at the beginning of the season, you know, I was really able to avoid a lot of buys. My guys didn't have buys until about the middle of the season, and I was able to pull off some early trades and hit the waiver wire up a little bit and push off all of my bye weeks. And I had some really good trades lined up for last week and the week previous, but none of them really panned out. So I really ended up going with a lot of second stringers. The one big trade I did pull off resulted in procuring a injured player,
Yeah.
and so that put me out of the running in week 6. And week 7 I knew was going to be a hard week.
That injured player is...
Chris Chambers.
Oh, I don't think we've ever
Yeah.
mentioned Chris Chambers in this league at all. Okay, and go on. I'm sorry. I just had to throw that
And
out.
then after the
I said I was gonna
little
talk about it.
situation with Chris Chambers went on, I saw week 7 coming up, and I knew it was going to be tough. I'm without Turner and Fitzgerald that
Yep.
week. And
Michael Turner, good pick, by the way. You stuck with him over
Oh,
the
that
years,
was-
and that's paid off.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
somebody you've always
I had
liked.
that guy-
That's somebody you've always liked.
picked early on. I knew it wasn't going to go quick in our draft just because everybody goes after the old timers first
Yep.
in our draft.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to cut you off there. So the Chris Chambers trade was good for a little bit until he got hurt. Now let's
Yeah.
talk about this recent trade you just had with your buddy again, Les. You
Yeah,
and Les
you know-
hooking up.
Yeah, you know, I'd say I don't hate that guy, but I hate that guy. So, I guess I can't really explain it that way.
But
I mean,
about it.
I tried to give him a hug, if you remember on draft day. I walk
Sure.
in, Big Les, the salesman, sitting there. I mean, he had a car pamphlet in my hand. First thing I walk in, and he's like, bink. And I'm like, oh, what's this? You goes.
That was a nice little embrace you guys had for a moment there.
Well, yeah, I tried. I think he was fighting it.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, he didn't want the hug.
I think he wanted it.
Deep down.
I don't think he wants to fight it.
Maybe.
So you put off a trade with him. You sent over the number 1 wide receiver, at least he was rated going into that, Larry Fitzgerald. You brought back Terrell Owens and Brad Johnson. What you're thinking here?
Well, that was a trade coming into week 8.
Yep.
And I got to set up the situation here.
Okay.
And the situation was, in week 8, I had a little bit of a problem, and that was, well, I didn't have a quarterback. Rogers was on bye, and all the backups I had...
Should I make any bi jokes? You throw out bi. Should I make any bisexual jokes here? I'm not
going to make
Here.
jokes.
Here,
I mean,
get
I don't
number
know.
get number 3.
Okay.
Number 3. Hold on, we're marking it. Don't. Only
Okay.
Okay. So,
So
Aaron
I think-
Rodgers was on a bye, and I'm not going to make any bi jokes.
Aaron Rodgers was on a
If it was
bye.
Romo, I'd make
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But
Romo was on a bye then.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
do that
probably,
either.
but
Okay. Aaron Rodgers on a bye. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, he's on